These wings will put buffalo wings to shame. Hey foodie friends, today we're gonna make some Vietnamese fish sauce chicken wings in the air fryer. Now, let's get saucy. All right, foodie friends, I have my chicken wings here. I keep mine whole. You can cut them into pieces if you want, take the tips off and split the flats and the drums. Up to you, do whatever you want. I took them about 2 hours ago and salted them and popped them in the fridge so they could kind of dry brine for a little bit. You can do that for anywhere from 2 hours like I did up to about overnight, whatever you wanna do. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my air fryer on and we're gonna set it at 400 for 30 minutes and get that preheating. And then I'm gonna make sure to pat these good and dry. I already did that once, but we wanna make sure that they're extra dry before they go in there so that they get really crispy. We're making a sauce for these out of fish sauce and some sugar, some brown sugar, some honey, really super flavorful, kind of salty and pungent. So I did, like I said, salt these, but I'm not adding any more salt to these after that. So what's gonna go on here, I'm gonna put a little bit of black pepper, and then you can skip the step of the cornstarch and flour mixture if you want to. I'm just doing that to give it a little bit of extra crisp. But if the skin is nice and dry on these, they're going to be really nice and crisp anyway. So it's up to you whether you wanna do the step that I'm about to do. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick and we'll be right back. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna throw a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper on these. Just a little extra flavor here. Not a whole lot. And like I said, there's already plenty of salt, plus this sauce is good and salty and sweet from the fish sauce in there. Well, the sugar makes it sweet, but I have here a mixture of cornstarch and flour that's about 50-50, like a tablespoon of each. And you can just toss this like in a bowl and do this. I just like to give it a little sprinkle like this, just so I'm getting like an even kind of coating all over them, and it's really light. So my air fryer has beat me to the punch and it is ready and I am not. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish doing this and we'll come back when I'm ready to put it in the air fryer. All right, so I finished the second side of these and I gave a good little press to them to make sure that everything's nice and adhered. I'm gonna flip them back over to the back side because this side's gonna go in the air fryer first, down, and then that way the skin side is up. And I'm gonna take some oil here. This is just some vegetable oil, and give them a spray. You can do cooking spray, whatever you have, whatever you wanna use. I've done duck fat. I have a duck fat cooking spray that I put on them once when I did this. Okay, so we're gonna go in here and just an even layer, give them space. Most of these are nonstick, so you don't have to worry too much about them sticking, plus that oil on there. So we're gonna go in here with these, and then I'm gonna spray the tops as well. And we're gonna let them go, and my air fryer is gonna tell me when they're halfway through to flip them. So I'll give them a flip, and I might give them a second flip too, just in case. So again, quick little spray on top, and then they're gonna go in. And while these cook, we'll go ahead and make the sauce. Now let's make the sauce. And this is where these wings really come alive. Start with a little neutral oil in a saucepan, then add the garlic and saute it for about 30 seconds to a minute, just until it's fragrant. You don't want it to brown or burn. Next, add the fish sauce, brown sugar, black pepper, lime juice, and honey. Give everything a good stir, bring it up to a simmer, and let it reduce until the sauce starts to thicken and gets nice and glossy. Once it's reduced, turn off the heat and stir in some cold butter. That gives the sauce a little extra richness and helps make it super silky and glossy. Finally, add a splash of sesame oil for that toasted nutty finish. And just like that, we've got a salty, sweet, tangy, garlicky sauce that is ready for some crispy wings. All right, so it's been about half our time. I'm gonna go ahead and give these a flip. And look, they're already getting nice and golden and crispy. So just gonna flip them all over and finish them up. Probably for the last 5 minutes, I'll flip them back to this side so that that top skin gets a little extra blast for the crispiness. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and finish these up and we will be back when they are done. All right, foodie friends, so our air fryer just went off, so our wings are done. Look really beautiful. Now I'm gonna give these just a couple of minutes to cool because right out of the air fryer, the skin's not going to be as crisp as it can be. And then we'll go ahead and sauce them. So I have a bowl here and I have our beautiful sauce, our fish sauce we're gonna put on them. It's absolutely beautiful. It looks so good. It's nice and thick and glossy, it's sweet. I'm gonna give it a quick taste because if it's a little too salty, I can always throw in a little bit more honey into this to mellow that out. I think it's perfect. So just a couple minutes and we'll come and we'll go ahead and toss them in the sauce. All right, so our wings have had a couple of minutes to cool, and just look at that wing, right? It looks amazing just like that. Definitely go ahead and eat them just like that, but I'm gonna toss them in this sauce. So I'm gonna throw them in this bowl, and there's gonna be a good amount of fat that rendered out of these chicken wings in the bottom of here. So I wouldn't just dump this in. I would do tongs to put them in there, and then I'm gonna move this out of my way. And I'm not gonna use all of this sauce. I'm gonna use a little bit of it, and we can always add more, right? But we can't take it off. And this is really enough sauce for like about 2 pounds of chicken wings, which is not what I have here because I only have 6 pieces. But just give it a little coating of this sauce in here, and then we're just gonna give them a good toss. So I used maybe about half of the sauce, and I'm just gonna flip them around. I wanna make sure to get them all really nice and coated. So if I go in with my spatula and kind of lift and toss everything around. And now we're gonna just pile these up on a plate here, and we're gonna garnish them. I'm gonna garnish them with just some toasted sesame seeds. I have some toasted sesame seed oil, as you saw in the sauce here. You could do some cilantro, you could do some scallions or some chives even. Not necessary, but you know, just a little curb appeal. It's always good to look good on the food. You know, you eat with your eyes first, right? So I'm putting the rest of this sauce too from in the bowl on here, because why waste it? And there is some sauce left over, so I can either do this again, or I can use that for a dip for something else, or use it for something else. I mean, it'd be great on pork or anything. So there's that. And then I'm gonna just sprinkle a little bit of toasted sesame seeds, like I said, on these. Gonna drive in that sesame seed flavor from that toasted sesame oil, give it a little pop of crunch to there. So there they are, foodie friends, our Vietnamese fish sauce chicken wings. Absolutely delicious, beautiful. They look so good. I'm gonna go ahead and give one a quick taste here. They're really hot because they just came out of the fryer, but forget about buffalo wings. That is so delicious. Sticky, sweet, a little salty, the pop of those sesame seeds, and that chicken skin on there is super crispy from the air fryer. These are absolutely delicious. I promise you're gonna wanna make these. Thank you as always for joining me here on Getting Saucy with Chef Lynn. There will be a link to the full written recipe in the description box below. As always, you can follow me across all social media at Chef Lynn Wheeler. My website is cheflynnwheeler.com, where you can find all of my other recipes. And remember, keep exploring, keep tasting, and keep celebrating the flavors that bring us together. Gotta have another bite.